Welcome back to the preview of Size. My name's Luke Matthews, this is Paul Ruffles, and today we're going to preview August. Okay, so first up for August, it's the next instalment of the Size exclusive recut series of Reebok, and it's the classic leather, but with a twist. And that's the twist, the ripple eye sole.
The even better twist is if you put them both together, you get the magic at the bottom. For those of us who've been around long enough, like myself, you know that Reebok, especially the Reebok Classic, has been it's been synonymous with UK culture and especially sportswear and streetwear culture for many years now, so wanted to pay a similar homage to that, utilising the shoe. So what you can see with the branding here is where we've minimised the normally overt branding. We're celebrating the Union Jack by calling it out, and it really stands out against both colours. But for the traditional logo fans, as you've just seen, then we go to town on the sole. Not only do you get the full snowflake hit, but you also get, when you look closely, very small snowflakes repeated on the sole.
So next up for August, we've got a really strong colour theme from Nike on their most iconic runners, and it's this full pack.
As you can see, there's an obvious colour theme pack here, and the brown colourway is actually, the official reference of it is ale brown, so embracing that fully, we've dubbed this the ale brown pack. And the one thing I really like about this initially is that the whole pack and how they've applied the materials and the colours harks back to sort of traditional Quickstrike. They used to land into the market and created that level of excitement.
So my favourite part of it is, and it's subtle, it's very subtle on some of them, there's a pop of pink throughout. Obviously there's a pop on the Huarache tone.
I think it's a good, strong, visually strong piece using their most iconic models, and it just said the nod back to Quickstrike, I think makes it really stand out. Moving
on, we've got a project we've been working on with Adidas Originals for a long time, and it's finally here. It's the Superstar leather.
When you first look at it, especially when you're watching this film, you might be just thinking, it's just a black and white Superstar, what's so special here? So the main focus here is the materials. The leather's so soft and buttery, it's just a really nice handle, but other details, even things like the laces have got a coating on, the logo on the tongue, rather than it being printed or another label applied, again, in celebration material, it's just lasered directly into the material.
It's been amazing to watch the shoe evolve from sample to sample, and the way the leather's got softer and softer and the materials just got better and better, they're amazing, and you would be hard pushed to find a shoe of that quality for less than £100 across the board. So next up, Adidas Originals have dipped into their archive and they've brought back the vintage Dragon. So the Dragon's initially from the late 70s and it was a training shoe. And there's sort of very small differences on the vintage model, and it's sort of evolved through the years, but this one's really hacking back to that OG last and to take all these sort of elements from the original. You can obviously see that the branding's changed a little bit and it's harked back to that sort of the iconic gold branding, and the sort of vintage sole as well. That sole unit's not really been seen for a while.
Whilst we all know they're setting the world afire with NMDs and EQT Advanced, etc., this is almost the antithesis of that, and I think it's a real strength of a brand that they can, on one hand, they can do one end of the spectrum of doing the super modern take on what they've with NMD, but then also almost revere and laud their archive by bringing the shoe back and doing it in its original state.
So we all remember a few years ago when certain pictures were circling the internet and it was a mock-up of a Flyknit Air Max, and it's amazing to actually see that it's now reality. So Nike have done it on the Air Max 1, but with the Ultra sole unit, so it's extremely lightweight and more in keeping with the ideology behind what Flyknit stands for.
You know, it's that future take on the classic, which obviously seems to be working well on many shoes, and it doesn't get, again, from a Nike point of view, it doesn't get much more classic than taking the Max 1, which obviously we know is super iconic, and they've just brought it straight back into the future as much as possible.
It's good how they've retained the original profile and the lines of the shoe as well, just by utilising the materials.
They've managed to incorporate the classicness, but with the future materials of the Flyknit. You know, you can see the design lines here have been actually knitted into the upper, And the classic toe wrap line here is, again, in effort to keep the shoe as lightweight as possible, they've done it with a fused upper.
So it wouldn't be an episode of the preview without the next installment of the Archive series. So here it is. It's the first time we've used this silhouette. It's the 350 suede. The 350 itself is quite a niche silhouette, but not a lot of people know anything about it. It's initially a Japanese tennis shoe, and obviously Gary Aspen took it out of that and he put it into his Special range, but we've recently seen it on our shelves at size in the sort of, there was the really premium leather white and black iterations. So we've taken it, we've put our spin on it.
The beauty is in the detail. So, you know, we mentioned the Montreal, there's perforations on this premium suede. There's the nod there, you know, the classic dimpled tongue, the ever iconic gold foil branding on the shoes. And even in the footbed, you've got the sort of vintage multi-print of the old logo there.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and just keep up to date with all the other content we've got going on. And in the meantime, you can see on the Size blog and the Size social channels. We'll see you next month.